All right, y'all. Hello. So we are interviewing the one and only Dr. Janice Cooper, who has released her new book called Uninhibited by Negativity. And then we also have one of her mentees, Keisha, who is on here. So she's also going to talk a little bit about her experience with Dr. Cooper. But first, we would just like to just kind of talk about our experience with Dr. Cooper during our mentorship. So I was also one of her mentees as well. And let me tell you, if you want to get rid of negativity, be under Dr. Cooper, because let me tell you, your mindset will shift drastically. She takes the time out to really hear your story, but also she implements biblical principles. Let me tell you, it's either God or it's God with Dr. Cooper. That's just how it is, as it should be. So one thing I've learned about just being mentored by Dr. Cooper was really how to show up for myself in just a lot of areas, not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And for me, a lot of the root of a lot of things was negativity, how I was seeing myself. People affirmed me, the Lord reminded me about things, but at the end of the day, my mindset did not shift. So I always was still thinking in a negative way. I did not see myself the way God saw me. So it caused me to just do a lot of things that God was not pleased with, basically. So I truly believe that this book is going to be a major game changer for anybody who needs to come out of agreement with any form of negativity and walk into their God-given purpose. So that's my testimony. And Keisha?
Mine is being under the care of Dr. Cooper basically helped break a whole lot of bad patterns, negative patterns. And it basically, same thing you said, change your mindset on how you think about things, because she makes you think about it all around with the biblical principles like weaved in. So I don't know, the class done wonders for me. The book, I'm pretty sure, is going to do wonders for a whole lot of people. So
absolutely. So yes, I love this. All right, so now we are introducing Dr. Cooper. Hello, Dr. Cooper.
Hello, how are you all doing?
We are good.
Yes, and Keisha, how are you doing?
Great.
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Thank you for this New Horizon opportunity.
Yeah. I have a couple of questions for you. What inspired you to write Uninhibited by Negativity?
Oh, a life filled with negativity growing up, and in our society we have a negative society, not the friendliness of old. You could find somebody to smile at you, a majority of neighbors, communities, and now we don't. I mean, there is no pleasantries of the human spirit. And so that as you all took the 8-week course, the Mastering the Mentor, I wrote that book as well. But this one came a little closer to me than out of the 4 books I've written. This one comes a little bit closer to my experience. You all know that I truly believe that every person is the expert of their own experience. And people meet me, and I write a lot about what can help them with, come inside, discovering themselves. But I wanted people to know a little bit about me, my growing edges, my cutting edges, my edge. People sometimes need to know where you've come from in order to believe that something about what they're dealing with. We have a high priest, Jesus, who is touched by the feeling of our infirmities. And I think that if we're going to do anything, somebody needs to know. How do you know, lady? How do you know what you're talking about? So I was headed to work I guess it was in 2021. I thought it was like 2024. And that's the testimony that I have to give. I wrote it on Facebook. Why are you pondering the you? Why are you not breaking through the you? And all of these things. And the Lord got me one morning going into the office, and he said, uninhibited by negativity. And it was with it wasn't that still small. It was emphatic. I said, "Whoa, Lord, that's pretty deep." And as I began to collect my thoughts on what the Lord had said, I looked on Facebook and I said, "Oh my God, that's why you were so adamant in your sovereignty to say it that way, because I should have had it done thinking about it in 2021, but you cannot do anything before the Lord allows you to." So that was the impetus for this book. And I think that I opened myself up in here from elementary school. I mean, really. So that's got to be uninhibited by negativity if I could go back that far. But I wanted to relate myself to people, because all of my other writings were showing people the way through principles and practical things and scripture. But in this book, it talks about me and how I had to overcome and move through things, and that's pretty different. So anybody that ever wanted to know what makes Dr. Cooper tick, well, nothing makes me tick, but if you want to know why I am like I am, you can buy this book. And it's just that was the reason, though.
Ooh. Who did you write the book for, and what do you want them, or what do you hope that they walk away with?
I hope that they walk away with a connection to what it is they've been through. I'm writing the book for anybody who wants to say, how do you know? All of this teaching you've done for 36 years, you get people from all walks of life in every community, in every town you go in, every state you enter, you are always putting people ahead in terms of writing and teaching these 8 weeks course. So I wrote this for the people to understand that you look at people and you don't know where they've been. You think that people have always been, but I want to show a glimpse of the authentic me in growing up. I grew up with a family of 10 children. I'm a preacher's daughter. And so that says something right there. And then to find your own uniquely you in the midst of 9 other personalities is nothing short of a miracle.
That is true. What do you think is some of the most common forms of negativity that you see people struggling with today? Because, it's a lot of negativity going on in the world. Like, it's really crazy how the negative appears to take precedence over the positive. So what are some things that you're seeing, like, on a consistent basis?
Oh, that is why I teach like I teach. It is that inner voice, that inner child, that childhood, that grown man and grown woman that's trapped in those negative thoughts of how they can't even move to enjoy self. At the end of the day, if nobody speaks to you, nobody sends you flowers, nobody offers you water, you should be able to have a relationship with yourself to the extent that you walk in the liberty that Jesus Christ, and even if you don't know Jesus and you're seeking Jesus, you walk in the freedom that I know who I am. I can handle myself with all of my scars and my scabs and marks. I can do that. So that's where it starts. That's been my whole thing, learning your purpose. What is your purpose? You cannot learn your purpose until you learn you.
Yeah.
It's impossible to know your purpose if you're not at peace with you, your skin tone, your everything about you, the way you walk, the way you talk, being okay with you. That's where the negativity is not out. It's not existential. Let me go a little theological. It's not existential. It's internal. It's no outside forces. They make you think, but once you find out that you are someone who has come to batter up, batter up. You come out the batter's box, get that bat and swing a home run, then you know who you are. But as long as you're sitting in the batter's box and everybody else is hitting, well, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I can't hit a ball because you hadn't gotten up to the batter's box. And that's what negativity stems from, that inner thinking. You have to find out who you are in the midst of who everybody else is saying that you are. People can say what they think you are. Yeah, that's why I mentioned siblings. I'm one of 10. If you don't learn to seek out who you are, then someone else will always tell you your place. It happened to me. But when I broke loose, I broke all the way loose, and I'm all the way loose today. I love everybody, but I love me the most. Why? Because the Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself. And people who say, I love my neighbors, but they don't even love them. They're still trying to be okay with their hair. The people are still trying to be okay with how their nose is, how their lips are, where they grew up. And done, be over that. It's too late in the evening to be worried about what someone else thinks about you. What do you think about you? That's why I wrote it. And that's who it's for. Those people who still say, what about me? What about me? What about you? You have the brass for the task. Because everybody is born with something to do. And the first assignment is to know thyself, which is why Shakespeare said, even if he was plagiarizing or not, he said, to thine own self. Be true. So if you don't know thine own self, you can't be true.
That's true. I mean, that makes perfect sense. You said a lie. It was really good.
It was.
Right, Dr. Cooper, you deep. Okay, so since we're talking about your book, what does uninhibited mean to you?
Uninhibited to me means living without the restraints, constraints of others. I mean, that's my point. We're always trying to make a thesis out of something simple.
That's true.
Simple. Uninhibited to me means living outside of the restraints and constraints of others, or living beyond. There's two words still guiding everything. The constraints and the restraints, because that's what people seek to do. Constrain you to what they think you're capable of, and to restrain you from moving past them.
Ooh, that last part.
I think that's the all of society, unfortunately. All.
That last part.
That's what it's all about. That's why people say things to aggravate or frustrate that child, and you can't move. It's like being paralyzed without your own story. Everybody has a story, and no matter how bad it is, you choose which part. Now, I have said in the book I would have to write 20 more books to address my entire life. I'm not trying to give anybody my entire life. What I do want people to understand is that I know enough that I wrote in this book that I can help them to see you don't have to be constrained or restrained. Move past the boundaries that have been set. You need to set your own boundaries in life. We let other people set boundaries, but I have the authority given by God. It's been invested in me to set the boundaries. I have a chapter in here, Preservation 101. You have to live within what you know about you. You don't leave you to anyone else to know. Not before you're ready for them to know. You have to learn who you are and to be okay with a part of you that you're sharing. You notice that I write in smaller books, never more than 100 pages. Well, guess what? I know that people's mind can't hold 300 and 400 pages today. I don't want to talk to them like that. I want to give them small doses of what can be taken and what can resonate within them, that they say, oh, I got it, and use this as a reference book.
Right. Yeah.
All of my books are reference books. They're just thick enough to get some good out of, and keep them by the nightstand or on the coffee table or in the car or going to work. I want people to know that they're not alone, that there are people who have really matriculated beyond what anybody thought. I mean, I know some people that never thought I'd be a doctor of anything. And guess who was one of them? Me.
You.
I didn't just end up being Dr. Cooper, even though my doctorate is a scholarship from a president that had never seen me other than class in distant education. He gave me the opportunity for a scholarship. And I said, absolutely, sir. But that was the holy. So that's why I can do practical, but then I must do purpose based on the promises of the one who is, was, and is to come. Can't get around that, because you can't contain God.
Definitely cannot contain God at all.
And you can't restrain God. So if we're created in his own image and his likeness, if you can't constrain God or restrain God, how then can you do that to one who was born because he allowed us to be? He allowed us to be. He gave me my name. He made sure that the right parents were coming together. He made sure that I would have the right personality. He made sure, and you too, for the listening audience, he made sure that you are who you are. So the lips you have, the nose you have, you don't have to use anything other than the blessing of the Lord that maketh rich and add no sorrow.
Right, Keisha, we just like, okay, all right. At this point, go ahead and buy the book. I mean, that's really, at this point, y'all just need to purchase the book. How can people purchase the book? Where can they find Uninhibited by Negativity?
The the book can be purchased on Amazon.com and Christ is in Your Crisis Publishing Company. We published the book. We became a publishing company in 2010. And so the number is 352-677-1003 for the publishing office, or 919-244-1730. And we will get those books to you. And other than that, though, we're coming to a town near you. We're coming to your state, North Carolina, Shelby. We're going to have a book signing luncheon, and we are going to have it at the Hampton Inn on Dixon Boulevard on June 28th, which is a Saturday, and it's going to be at 3:00. And I want to personally invite anyone that I know, and we've had lots of support. I've done a lot of work in Shelby. You all are students out of season, but no less the ones that I love and appreciate, for being a part of the Christ is in Your Crisis Ministry, Inc. mentoring team, and to be, like I said, having this time of your New Horizons, which is a qualifier for you to graduate from that course. And how glad my heart is that I am being interviewed and you are highlighting this book. Yes.
How can the people stay in touch? Are you on social media? Church-wise, how can they stay connected with you?
Yes. Christ is in Your Crisis YouTube with Voice of Relevance with Dr. Janice Cooper. That is how, you put the name in and God has done really wonderful. And that's another thing, Uninhibited by Negativity. When I was growing up, some people thought I talked too much. And that's fine. I probably did, because the gifts and calls, you're going to walk them out. Everything I've ever done, and you too, has led you to what you are doing now. I am still teaching. I still cheerleader. I got my megaphone is built in, called Purpose Now. I don't need a cheerleading megaphone. And someone said to me once, and this is a negativity statement, and I was thinking about it because the person was very close to me that the stranger was talking about, and they were in a meeting, and the person said, where is that, where's the girl, Janice Cooper, that loud one, and oh, I'm sorry. And so the person said, it's okay, she was. And the lady was telling this person, I'm a minister now, and the person was telling me all the bad things. I said, well, did you tell her that I'm a minister? Did you tell her that I'm Reverend Doctor? No, I told her what I wanted to tell her. So here is the thing. People want to control the narrative. And the person who was talking about me, I hadn't even had a conversation with that person in my entire life. So what was she doing? Standing on the sideline, watching me way before now. Had I not known, and this was about a year ago that I heard this, had I not been working on me all of those 36 years, teaching others, doing classes, writing books, building up my most holy faith, praying to the one who let me know I love you. I made you just who you are. Yes, I have a voice. Yes, it's loud. I won't ever be silenced until I'm out of here. And if by chance something were to happen while I'm living, somebody could still turn on anything and hear my voice, even if they're reading this book. This is the Voice of Relevance with the Reverend Dr. Janice Cooper. Don't let anybody silence your advocacy for yourself. Self-advocate. 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 Otherwise, you'll be so broken down because you think someone else has more to say about your life more than you, no matter where you came from. Even the phoenix rose out of the ashes, and God has given us the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. He has given us beauty for ashes. So if someone wants to burn you to the ashes, that's why we embrace the beauty. The beauty. He alone gives us beauty for ashes. So keep on advocating for you. Keep on persevering for you. Keep on living uninhibited by negativity, because if you don't live uninhibited by negativity, then you'll be inhibited by negativity. You'll continue to live on someone else's testimony about you. And I don't care if you grew up with them so close, they had to cut you apart like Siamese twins. Your uniqueness belongs to you.
Right, literally. Round of applause. Round of applause. Well, literally. Well, this
it belongs to you.
Belongs
and it won't ever belong to someone else. It's you making the change, making the connection in your heart and mind, and look and see if it could have killed you. It would have killed you. But since you're living and breathing, just tell all of the naysayers, watch me breathe. Watch me breathe. Say it, Christ is in your crisis mentors. Watch me breathe.
Watch me breathe.
Watch me breathe.
Watch me breathe. And a mouthful. So with that being said, go ahead and purchase the book, y'all. Go ahead and purchase the book. Like, and see you on the 28th of June.
In Shelby.
In Shelby, North Carolina.
In Shelby, yes. And I look forward to seeing you. As I said, I want to personally invite you to dine with me as I share this book and the presence, which is powerful for all of those who are in community of faith and those who are seeking something higher than you. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "The days teach us much that the years never knew." That's my premise as well. The days teach us much. The years teach us much that the days never knew. We live day by day, and we don't know how great thou art, how great we are, because we're living day to day in the sack, in the batter's box. And then the years come, you're not in the batter's box. You're flying like eagles, because God said you would do it. And so let the voice of relevance, I bring you greetings from the Christ is in Your Crisis Ministry, Inc., and the voice of relevance with the Reverend Dr. Janice Cooper. Thank you, Jairus and Nakisha, for standing with us and doing the work to get out of that 8 weeks course. You are qualified, bona fide, to live uninhibited by negativity. Go on. See what the end will be of the greatness that's within you. And don't ever forget, tell anybody who wonders, tell them Dr. Cooper said, there's greatness in me. And I believe the report of the Lord because she's the voice of relevance.
That's good. That is good. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Cooper, for telling your story and just being able to share it with the world. And we appreciate you taking the time out with us. And we will see you soon.
And I appreciate you all for taking the time out with me. Look forward to seeing you and talking to you soon. Beloved of God. Beloved of God. Bye-bye.